Right, we're sat in the basement of a hotel in Cloisters. I think that's the correct pronunciation. That's how we say it in London anyway. But I'm absolutely knackered, guys. So Mike, Fahri and Tadej, hands up. Who's absolutely knackered? Come on. I'm apart from this, yeah, that was a hard ride, wasn't it? That was fantastic. It was a big day. It's a big day. But there's a serious cause at heart here, isn't there? I mean, Fahri, we need to kick things off with you as the man that good mic swap, thinking ahead, focused, but just I know he's like a laser beam, isn't he? Laser focus. I'm kind of wandering all over the place at the moment, but Fahri, just give us a sense and explain to people who might not know the genesis of PlumeStrong, because it's been going for a few years now and they've got big ambitions for the future as well. But just give us a sense of why.
Well, why is the right question. It's a tech company. We have big ambitions. We're serving our customers, our investors, our employees through what we do. And what we do is products, services, and it's a sort of a commercial organization. Yeah? PlumeStrong is very important for me and our employees because it's a reflection of who we are. And who we are ultimately shapes what we do. It's our Do Good initiative. We started this during COVID, remember when the virus came out. Yep. And China was going crazy, and then it was Italy. And I remember having a meeting in March of 2020, a company meeting, and people said, Fahri, what do we do? I said, I don't know. I have no clue. It seems to be contagious, and maybe if you're not so healthy, it might impact you. We said, let's just be healthy. Stay healthy, eat well, sleep well, exercise. And then we started a challenge. We're always like competing on Strava, whoever could ride longest and who could run longest, etc., etc. And I said, I'll give you some wine and so on. So that translated into an idea around doing a cycling challenge. We have quite a few cyclists in the company. And this is how we kicked it off in 2021, where we rode from Zurich to Ljubljana and raised about 75,000 euros. Gave helmets and bicycles to kids in Slovenia. And that's how it started. And then 22, 23, and now here we are, and having raised, 1.3 million and so on for... It's been largely around children's education. That's one of the pillars, but it's not the only one. So,
I think it's fair to say as well, from speaking to a lot of the members of staff and employees here, that PlumeStrong has fundamentally become a part of Plume ideology as well, interwoven. It's not just something that's separate. It's kind of bolted on and it's kind of permeated right through to the way people think and do business.
Yeah, like I said, it reflects who we are. And I've said this many times in the past, we want to make money for our investors and all of that, be a successful company, but it's also important to us that we're a good company. So we said, let's be the goodest company around.
Good word, goodest.
Goodest, I like goodest.
Now this man is goodest. He's goodest at cycling forwards at high speeds. But Tadej, can you tell us how you first got involved in PlumeStrong?
Yeah, I joined Plume in 22. Yeah, they rode from Zurich to, where did you ride to?
We rode, that was 2022, we did a tour of Switzerland. And
it was around, yeah,
in,
the first stage, yeah, was
close to it.
Was similar start as today, but I must say was much slower than today, was already high level, I must say. PlumeStrong challenge is really growing over the years. And every year I enjoy more. It's good for good cause. Especially for kids, for education. This is really big and really helpful. And every year I love to come back to Zurich, especially. This place is growing on me, except the buses on the road. I really enjoy, and I hope that I contribute to good cause.
Why do you think it's important to make time for, given your profile, given your standing, you're almost at the point where you're actually transcending cycling. You're a figure that's bigger than cycling, that's fair to say. So why do you think this is important for you to do?
Well, I don't know. I've been raised well from my parents, I guess, and they always teach me. They showed me that I don't need everything in the life, no. All the money of this world I don't need, and I'm really lucky to have a good salary from the team, and I think I don't need all of that, and it's my turn to help others, because I was fortunate enough to be in this position that I am. So yeah, I try to help, and PlumeStrong has this is really good challenge, and good. It goes really well with my with myself as well, and yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do, but Plume was one of the first that come to me, and we started a nice thing almost together.
Fantastic. And Mike, how are your legs, mate?
Good, not that bad. Hey, somebody put me in a group with like 4 current or ex-pros, a guy who did the race across America 10 times, but I survived. It was good. It felt good.
Yeah. And just tell us how it's important for how important it is for companies like CSR and Plume, Liberty and Plume to be involved in CSR programs. Just explain that and why it's massively.
Yeah. First of all, I am so proud of Fahri. He's a friend. We're investors. We're customers. And we're partners in this incredible mission to support children all over the world, to make sure that they're in school and learning. And this organization that he's dedicated these funds to, Street Child, is really extraordinary. They go to the toughest places on the planet where nobody else is spending time working with children and families. They've helped over 1 million kids around the world, and they've got another 1 million in their sights. So we also support them in a different kind of cycling event. There's 800 people sleeping in tents, and you can run, you can walk, you can cycle. It's a bit more open for that reason. But I'm really proud of the work that they're doing. And listen, it was incredible that Tadej was here, and last year and the year before, I got to ride with them for, I think, 3.5 minutes, which was pretty good. No, a little bit longer than that, but not much. But it was, the fact that he's putting his time into something like this is extraordinary. So I'm mostly filled with pride. It was a great day. How lucky are we to do something as noble as this and have so much fun doing it? So it's terrific.
I was just chatting to some folks out on the road today, an excuse to try and sit on some wheels, actually, to be perfectly honest with you. But just the opportunity to ride with Tadej as well, but at the same time, knowing that they pay for the place here, that the money's going to go to a good cause, but also what a brilliant opportunity to ride with somebody, who's an icon, Tadej. You're a hero to a lot of people. And this, the stuff that you're doing, is, for such a young man, is massively important, and a lot of people may not say it directly to you, but you've made a lot of people very happy and out on the rides, and you could really get a sense of that today. It was wonderful, and Fahri, that must mean a lot as well. Just the reaction of the staff, and just the general feeling that you get here must be quite liberating and special.
Absolutely. I listened to Tadej. We've also become friends over the years. This young man really inspires my people in the company. So PlumeStrong Cycling Challenge is not a walk in the park. These are fairly serious stages, and we're going to do it 5 days.
Fairly serious, very serious. I had a sleepless night last night thinking about this one and the Stelvio tomorrow.
Yesterday during the recon ride, so we were kind of chatting around, I said, we've been cranking it up both in distance and elevation every year. So what should we do next year? Because each one of these stages this year is kind of like a Grand Tour stage, right? Yeah, elevation, distance. Like tomorrow, it's, 3,000 plus meters and all of that. Tadej said, just go faster.
Well, that's exactly what he did today. That's exactly what you were there in the crosswinds, but it's like being in Belgium and Switzerland.
Yeah, good idea. Let's just go faster. And, we were doing that today. But look, we have to train for this. In order to train for this, first you got to have the courage to sign up.
Yeah.
You have to have the commitment to put in the work. And then hardest time is to get here. Now people are just going to be having a lot of fun. But when this man races, you know, we have this internal Slack channel. I mean, every move, every stage, we're commenting about you. And I'm not watching Vuelta as much because he's not there this time, because he's busy with PlumeStrong, very, very important event.
Totally.
But what I'm saying is the inspiration Tadej provides to us, and the humility that he shows. I've never seen him say no to a photo, and you've done 2,496,000 of them so far. That also is a life lesson for all of us. Yeah. So it's just good to be. So I'm inspired by him a lot, and when I'm training and all of that. Yeah, that's just a positive spiral has started, and it's just part of who we are. And I'm really happy, as Mike said. We're having fun,
Pretty lucky.
and we're here. I'm riding at the wheel of the number one cyclist in the world, and those gummies today were really good.
They were really
You know,
good. Yeah.
we found some vegan.
Yeah, they were like off-brand, weren't they? Like, you know, sort of trolley. Anybody heard of those? Quiet in the auditorium, but they were nice, weren't they?
This acid thing, it was sweet, but this lemony thing was really good, and the vegan, if you can imagine.
Yeah. Do you know what? If anybody's interested, I've got some in my room. No takers. Okay, they've got a bit of Matt Stevens sweat on them.
No, I'm selling mine.
You're selling it?
We're gonna raise money for it.
People would buy those. People would buy those. I might put a bid in. I might put a bid in.
Minimum is £5, but
Okay.
When
Per
I'm
piece.
hungry, yeah. I might also.
And Mike, just back to yourself. This is the second year you've been involved. What's been a highlight for you?
Well, the nice thing, people ask me why I'm only doing one day, and I can give you 100,000 reasons, because that's what it cost me. But I'm happily supporting this cause, and you support our cause. So I think it's special to be able to come here, and I love riding with people I don't know. You know, it's just me. We own Sunrise in this country, which is the second largest mobile operator. And I met several people from Sunrise I didn't know. Yanni, the CFO, is here. So it's great just to get to know people. Met people from Colorado, where I spent the last 30 years. I live in London now. So and I'm sure you're meeting people in your company. You might know them, but you're not spending that kind of time with them, you know, in the office. So that makes it, I think, really unique that you're getting, and that's a culture builder. And companies like ours and Plume, you know, we need to differentiate ourselves. And culture, you know, this kind of culture building activity where people feel like they can participate, hang with the CEO, meet great people, ride with pros. I mean, that's pretty special. So I'm proud of him.
And we talk about how special it is to be at the event, but in terms of materially, like the tangible effect it has on the ground. What about the project, Fahri, in Sierra Leone? Just want to give us a sense of the impact it's making on the ground in places where we've got these kids who have very limited opportunities in life, and that's where it's really making a difference.
Lots of kids around the world who need education. A lot of people who are not in a good position to influence things. In my view, in our view, that they don't. Unfortunately, they don't matter in so many opinions and all of that because they don't have a voice. A lot of kids around there's, and what we decided when we selected the pillars of PlumeStrong is said education is a catalyst, is an opportunity to give people a voice. You know, you graduate, you do meaningful things. So that's part of the reason we have this education bent to it. We raised money in 2022 for refugee children in Ukraine and Moldova. With the money we raised last year, we're building the high school in one of these cities in Turkey that got just completely totaled by the big, monster earthquakes last year. It's going to be the main high school. The Sierra Leone project is also quite interesting because a lot of times when people give money, it's this elementary education. You know, people think about the 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds. In these poor countries, they graduate from elementary school, then what? They become moms and at very young age. So there's a void there. And the founders of Street Child, Tom and Lucinda, kind of picked up on this. So we're going to be building secondary education centers. Really, it's not high school, I guess, but it's beyond the fundamental elementary education. And we're trying to build, with the money we're going to raise this year, we think we can build 15 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's, these, just think about the world. There's like 8 billion people in the world. And did you know that less than 1 billion people in the world live in countries whose currency is sort of somewhat stable? And it matters, like pounds and US dollars and all of that, people accept it. There are many, many currencies around. You leave the country, just doesn't matter, right? So there's some tech angle to this, and we have some ideas around digital currencies and all of that. That as a tech company, particularly in that part of the world, we're gonna weave stuff like that. I don't want to spill the beans too much.
I've got a weird. I'm kind of into economics, so the whole idea of hyperinflation, and central banking and stuff, and making sure that people who are disenfranchised are rewarded for their efforts is massively important. It doesn't happen.
With education, you're going to be able to do things. It very quickly turns into commerce.
Yeah, sure.
Then it's the currencies and all that kind of things that matter. So there's really like wonderful things. Essentially, we want to give them a little bit of, help them. It's a little bit of freedom. So education is the foundation of all of that. So that's kind of the...
It's been kind of quite tangential chat, isn't it? From chewy sweets out on the road to change the world. It's fantastic.
But Tadej said 6. He has a very interesting rating system.
Yeah, get your ears around this.
The vegan ones were, I think,
6.5 out of 7.
6 out of 7 of dinosaurs, because there was dinosaurs, and the other one was mouses.
Yeah,
Rats or whatever. Mice. It says, not mouses. That was 7.5 out of 8.
I have it recorded.
Yeah, we sort of recorded it ultimately in stereo.
Taste,
Yeah.
effect, benefit.
Taste, and how easy they go down.
Gotcha.
Because, for example, some candies are really tough to eat, and you need to be efficient, no? So
big competition for Haribos. Haribos are toast. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is. I mean, let's be fair. This is controversial chat.
This is going to make a lot of hits on this.
Yeah, definitely.
Trolley. If they
Spell
listen
it, by
us,
the way. Trolley.
TROLL.
You're gonna get sponsorship offers very soon.
If
I
you
think.
listen this, hit me up.
Yeah, I think.
I'm tired of Haribos.
I mean, just before we wrap things up and go completely and utterly tangential and get a lot of beers in and go even further, Tadej, this isn't the only challenge or the only cause that you're deeply involved in, because you've got your own as well, haven't you? So that it's not just this that you're involved. Do you want to talk briefly about that before we wrap things up?
Yeah, I'm starting. It's for me it's hard to start a foundation because obviously I don't have too much time. But I wanted to create a Tadej Pogačar Foundation, and more. At first was more for cancer foundation type, and after last year the big floods in Slovenia, we also say, okay, maybe it was really close to home. No, also our house was flooded, and a lot of neighbors and friends. We tried to split a little bit and see who needs at that time close to us or just around Slovenia and around their funds. And I'm super happy and proud that we're slowly starting it up, not as fast as PlumeStrong challenge, but we're getting there also, and I'm super happy and proud of this project that maybe in the future will be quite big.
Fantastic. I've got one more question about it. I was told actually not to ask about the future because I know you guys have got some big ideas and stuff. But so let's be playful with this. Let's start with you, Mike. If you had the reins, where are we taking this next year, and what does it look like in terms of stages? Where's your ideal spot in the world for
I've never
PlumeStrong Challenge 2025?
I've never ridden in Mallorca.
Okay,
Everybody
right.
says it's incredible. I've never even been there. Believe it or not,
Okay,
I've
it's
invested
cool.
in 50 countries
Yeah.
around the world and have never been on that island. So that would be cool. I mean, I'm not sure there's 5 days worth of riding there. You'd have to tell me. Maybe not, but we could hop on a ferry,
Few
get on a
circuits.
boat, go to Ibiza. I don't know. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, tour of the Balearics.
There you go.
Okay, Tadej, where would you like to take it,
Yeah, I
mate?
already said to Fahri yesterday, I would go to across US on gravel bikes.
Oh yeah, coast to coast.
Yeah, coast to coast on the gravel bikes. That's a big challenge.
See
Eh?
the interesting side of America. You're on a gravel bike.
And maybe he cannot tell us. Maybe he already knows.
Maybe I think because I have asked him this over dinner, but maybe just give us a sense of what you want to take. Because you love the ramping up the challenge aspect, don't you?
I was specifically told by very important people in my company not to spill any beans.
So fantastically, then, without any beans being spilled, where would your
But
bucket?
I spilled them the whole time.
I know you can't help it.
Very,
You know you're full of enthusiasm.
Getting really close.
So
Yeah.
There are
Elon Musk has come.
Mallorca was mentioned. There are other islands in the Mediterranean that's bigger. You know, there's a little bit of a clue there, perhaps. But one thing I can tell you.
okay,
One thing.
Great.
I'm not
Great
going to
stuff.
spill. I'm not
Good.
going to spill the beans.
okay.
We're going to go faster.
So I've got to do some
the
proper
gravel
training
idea
then.
is great. Probably not across the U.S., but
Yeah, that's. I mean, the logistical guys at the back are like crying into their wine. They're not drinking wine at the moment. They're completely just on coffees and stuff. They're
yeah,
doing
but
very
then
well.
I get the grunt of it. Just trust me. These ladies are vicious.
They are awesome, actually.
What a team
should
though? I
give them a
mean,
big round of applause.
we should.
Yes.
You guys do an
We
incredible
should.
job.
A cracking team. And guys, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to some food. I'm absolutely ravenous. And also, may I just take this opportunity to thank you for inviting me along. It's been brilliant, and I hope you'll have me back because I've loved it, and I've got another big day.
How much you behaved, and
Yeah, I
tomorrow
know,
you're with
I know.
us, yeah? We'll see. We haven't decided yet.
Okay,
That's
all right.
that's
No,
an
that's
open
fine.
question.
I just wanted to
I
say
vote for
thank
you.
you. Thanks, Mike. That's very, very good of you. Cheers, Fahri.
You have to earn it.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Good job.